Welcome to Subgenre Sickos, the podcast where we analyze movies from specific small genres that pop up for a few years and then fade away for the most part. We look at the signifying tropes, notable figures, what works, what doesn't work, and their enduring legacies. So join us, won't you, while we discuss the movies. Creeps, ghouls, sickos, welcome to Subgenre Sickos, the podcast that is set up in the introduction to save me having to remember words. I am one of your hosts, Greg Orm, and with me, as always, is...
your other host, Steve Skinner, and today we are continuing our series about mumblecore as we discuss the 2009 film Daddy Longlegs, directed by the Safdie Brothers, starring our boy Ronald Bronstein, and we're excited to talk about this one because it's a bit of a zag from some of the other mumblecore. This is more kind of in the Ron and Mary Bronstein New York grime, I guess, subgenre of within mumblecore. There are their own subgenres as well, and I think I've been enjoying these kind of grimy New York set movies quite a bit.
Yeah, give me charismatic assholes making their lives worse and not understanding what's happening.
Yeah, the thing, the other movies like Your Nights and Weekends and Hannah and Funny Haha is like, you're boring assholes that aren't that fun to watch. But Frownland East and Daddy Longlegs is like, here, these people are assholes, but they got the juice. They got something to them that makes them just very compelling to follow. And yeah, Ronald Bronstein, also a triple threat. Him and power couple between him and Mary. He can direct, he can write, he can edit, he can act too, because he's so good in this movie.
He's incredible in this movie, so much so that I kind of forget that I'm watching a performance a lot of the time, and it really just feels like you're watching a manic dad who's really trying his best, but who is just too surrounded by chaos and creating chaos in his own life to really do a great... It's a fun dad that is also a child, is basically how he seems.
Yeah, the log line or the things I read, kind of the little synopsises are like, oh, like what happens when a dad can't decide between being his children's friend or their like caretaker.
Yeah.
And this, I think, has had a very effective portrayal of that.
Yeah, he's so good in this movie. It's really funny too. As dark as this movie gets, it never stops being funny. Like, there's just so many good, like, offhand lines.
Yeah.
Even the dark situations, like, since we know they're not real, are funny in a way.
Yeah, easier to witness secondhand than firsthand. It's like, okay, this is a movie, we know it's not real, so we can just laugh at the absurdity of the situation because it is absurd.
It's horrific, but it's not really happening, and it is kind of funny.
No children were harmed in the filming of this movie.
Yeah. And their parents were involved on screen. So that's good too.
It's very good. But maybe we can start out with our relationships to this movie. And I think the Safdies as a whole, I know we talked about them a little because they show up in Yeast, but this is, our first time covering one of their films specifically. And I think for both of us, they're filmmakers we really like. So maybe, what's your... when did you learn about the Safdies and when did you end up seeing Daddy Longlegs for the first time?
So, I still lived in New York right when Good Time came out. It came out it might have been the last movie I saw before I moved. It was either that or Baby Driver. It was one of the two, whichever one came out later. I hadn't heard of them before, but one of my coworkers at work just said, you got to check out this movie. The music's awesome. It's really stressful, but that's in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna love it. And sure enough, I saw it. I loved it. I didn't see anything else of theirs until Uncut Gems came out. I saw that on
Mhm.
Christmas with two of my stand-up friends. We
Nice.
were so stressed out by that movie that we were shaking when the credits started coming out, and we all ran out of the building and just like fumbling, shaking, trying to get our cigarettes ready to go. It was a really cathartic smoke, I will
I
say.
bet.
Yeah, it felt great. It was a good
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah.
And then 3 months later, the world collapsed and we were all indoors all the time. And so I just started watching everything every month that leaves the Criterion channel. Something I'm actually
Okay.
still doing. I just hit 2 years of not missing a single thing that I haven't already seen or don't
Nice.
own. Uh, it's, oh, I watch a lot of movies, folks. Uh,
Hmm.
but pretty early on in that, they had all of the Safdie short films. Josh Safdie's feature that he made before this, The Pleasure of Being Robbed. They had Heaven Knows What. They had Lenny Cook, their basketball documentary. And so I just dove in, watched all of it over 2 days, and just really loved all of it. I just think they're so good. Liked The Smashing Machine, didn't quite love it, but I think The Rock is actually incredible in it, and
Hmm.
obviously loved Marty Supreme. And also The Curse, which Benny Safdie is very involved in. I think
Can't
that
forget
was a
the
great,
curse.
yeah, great, great show. Some of the biggest laughs I've had on watching a show. Yeah, nothing else like it.
No,
Highly
and
recommend The Curse.
yeah, and Benny plays such a scumbag in that movie. He's so great in it. I love, yeah, the
I,
detail where he only wears the Michael Jordan cologne. It's just, I love
and
that.
he sprayed so much of it on him that they could smell him from like across the lot. They said like they knew when he was coming because the smell was just getting stronger.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's very funny.
good old Benny. I think,
Yeah, how about you?
yeah, like you, Good Time was the first movie of theirs I saw. I can't remember like what motivated me to see it. Maybe um, a lot of stuff I saw or that came onto my radar was listening to the Film Spotting podcast because they would always, they weren't always talking about the mainstream stuff. They, sometimes talking about the smaller movies, and they seemed to
Yeah,
like it. So I was like, okay, like I'll go check it out. Like Robert Pattinson, like this is weird, but okay, cool. Like, and then just yeah, absolutely, just loved it. Just, just how gnarly it gets, and just everything about it. I'm like, this is my jam. It's like someone made a movie for me, which if you've seen Good Time, maybe that's a bad sign about my
yeah,
mental state. But it again, like you said, like they're able to capture a certain anxiety on screen that is very relatable to me as an anxious person that like no other filmmakers can quite capture. And I remember I yeah saw it in L.A. at the ArcLight, and I was at the in Hollywood, and there was like a parking structure behind it. And I remember going to my car and seeing someone else who was in the theater, and they were just like puking next to their car. Like it was like they were, it was like too gnarly
oh
for
no.
them. And
I mean, I could see how that
yeah,
movie would make someone that stressed.
yeah, it's like I loved it, but it's yeah, not everyone's cup of tea. And yeah, I think shortly after that, I watched Heaven Knows What. It was on Netflix at the time, I believe, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, these guys, like whatever they're doing, I'm gonna watch it. And yeah, Uncut Gems was very excited for that, and obviously excited for them to be working with Adam Sandler. And yeah, just
Yeah,
saw that again, a 2.5 hour panic attack that in the best way.
this is a very pro Sandman podcast, I would say. Adam Sandler kicks ass. Jack and Jill is good.
We love Jack and Jill.
Uh,
We are Jack and Jill defenders.
I send people the Dunkachino video all the time. I've made my family sit down and watch it as a group. Yeah, Jack and Jill is very funny.
Dunkachino scene is an all-time great cinema comedy moment. The fact that they don't show that clip in the end montage of Babylon is a ding against Mr. Chazelle. He got Avatar in there, but he didn't get the Jack and Jill Dunkachino.
Yeah, I'm pro Babylon in general. I don't think it's a perfect movie, but there's a lot of things I really, really like about it. That would have put it best of the year for me, I think,
Yeah.
including the minute and a half uncut Dunkachino commercial and Pacino's reaction to it would have really, literally any movie putting that at the end of it is a plus.
For
Just
sure.
one of the great scenes. Like it's to me as iconic as the "Frankly I don't give a damn" from Gone with the Wind, or yeah, all that, the entirety of The Godfather. It's up there with those.
Yeah, I've showed yeah people that clip a lot, and it hits every time. It does it.
Yeah.
It's just it's good. It's an undeniable comedic moment. But
This
it's
sounds like
like yeah,
hyperbole, but I'm dead serious. That's
no,
one of the best. Yeah,
we
that's
love
like the
Don
peak of
Casino.
culture. Yeah, a, a true masterpiece of a film moment.
Yes, but
Uh,
yeah, it didn't
yeah,
catch up with their other stuff until now. Yeah, this is my first time watching Daddy Longlegs. Want to see the Smashing Machine and Marty Supreme. I've yeah established my struggles watching Marty Supreme previously, but yeah, end of last year was just moved, and just beginning of this year just so stressful with work and crazy busy, just all these big changes. So I haven't had time to settle into those, but I definitely want to rectify that soon because, like I said, yeah, everything I've seen of theirs I've enjoyed, and Daddy Longlegs is just yeah, and a less intense version of what they do, but still's got some of that just based on it's like kids are involved, and you know, Greg and I we don't have children, but we do have empathy and understand that like oh yeah these children are in peril because of their chaotic dad.
I have a cat, so I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Marty Supreme and the Smashing Machine, I believe, are both still currently on Max,
Hmm.
at least as at time of record. So it's at least a little easier to access them.
Yeah.
So hopefully you can check those out soon because I think you'll definitely love Marty Supreme. And the Smashing Machine, I think you'll appreciate at least on some level.
Nice.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm excited to watch them, but yeah, I need to sort my
another,
life out.
I'll say another thing I think they do really well that a lot of a lot of movies take place in New York. So much so that some would say New York plays a character itself in many movies. But so many of those times, it's like glossy rich people or people with money versions of New York. So
Hmm.
you get really unrealistically large apartments, or just everybody's dressed nice and having intellectual conversations over wine, etc., etc. The Safdies, when I was watching Good Time and I lived there, one of the things that I was very struck by is like, this actually feels like New York as I understand it on some
Yeah.
level. Like the grime, the street level, everything. Just yeah, it they capture New York in a way that feels more authentic than many movies, at least from my constantly being poor while I lived there perspective.
You're not living that Upper West Side life.
I only went to the Upper West Side if I wanted to go to the Lincoln Square AMC, which was unfortunately a lot because I love that theater. It's probably my favorite chain theater building.
Oh, nice.
So I used to do the 2 hour walk there from my apartment in Brooklyn,
Oh, wow.
just because I mean, I liked walking around the city. I liked
It's
walking through
fun.
the different neighborhoods, seeing how they changed.
Yeah.
It's mostly flat, other than when you're getting up on the bridge.
Hmm.
So it's not a stressful walk. It's nice to just
Yeah.
put on music and walk. Yeah, so I would walk 2 hours up there, but I would avoid all of the rest of the Upper West Side at all costs because I don't like rich assholes.
Fair. Yeah, this all their movies, but yeah, especially this one. It has the feel of like a 70s New York movie where it's
Yeah,
like, all right, yeah, it's like a little grimy. You're seeing yeah, the parts of New York that aren't, you know, in like yeah, I think you just put it perfectly. Like the sanitized New York, like the commercial New York. It's like no, this is real New York. It's
Yeah,
and just yeah, even besides the look, just the sensibility that they film with. It's very 70s, where it's like the characters are flawed. Like we're just gonna follow them. They're interesting, but they're messed up, and they don't. They're not always gonna end up redeeming themselves.
yeah. Much like we talked about in the Yeast and Nights and Weekends episodes, there's a lot of uh, Cassavetes
Yeah,
cribbing in this,
yeah,
like the way that they go about doing things. Yeah, it really feels like an heir to that style of filmmaking, which I believe I've made it pretty clear that I love. So yeah, this is
yeah.
very, yeah. I mean, he lives in a one-room apartment, which is, I lived in a, so I've just talked shit on movies that are like poor people living in gigantic apartments, and that was actually my experience. My roommates had locked into a really good deal about a decade before I moved there. And so we had a two-story apartment with two living rooms and high ceilings and
Oh
like a
wow.
spiral staircase. And like the bedrooms were large. The bedrooms were probably about the same size as his entire apartment in this movie. Uh, yeah. But a lot of people I know did live in shitty apartments like
Yeah,
that.
you got that rent control place locked in.
Yeah, it did cost more than the house I'm living in now, significantly.
Yeah,
But like it would, yeah. So I was the person living that experience, and it still feels inauthentic to me
yeah,
every time I see it.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we should probably talk about what happens in the movie. Uh,
There's
it,
shenanigans, man. Lenny is
yeah,
is a wild man.
this movie tells you it's going to be great in the very first shot of the movie because he is buying hot dogs, and that is always good. Hot
He
dogs are
wants
great.
he wants a foot long. They don't have a foot long for him, so he does the
Yeah.
baller move. Two dogs, one bun. There you go. Killing it. Love it.
Yeah.
Great move by Lenny. Also, just
Yeah. We like this guy already.
he's just got a good look to him too. Like his hair is
Yeah.
cool. He's just kind of like this weird, like he's very unique looking and like angular. Like the Daddy Longlegs title, like makes it like he does have long legs and it just like these long limbs and he dresses
Yeah.
cool. He just like yeah, I text you. He's like, this guy's just cool. Like, just like dig his vibe and everything. Like, if I could be like a skinny, like long limbed fella, like I'd wanna be like Lenny.
Yeah, you get why people kind of fall under his spell before the
Hmm.
chaos of his life. That isn't even, it's never malevolent chaos. It's just chaos. Like he
He's
means
yeah,
well. He's just a fucking mess.
yeah. He's trying to survive in like a crazy world, and people are assholes to him too, and like put him in bad situations that are kind of no win. Like we'll probably go
Yeah.
yeah through a few things that happen. It's like oh like yeah he's in a situation where all the choices are bad, but he somehow makes like the worst choice.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a fun movie. Anyway, he gets the two
Yeah.
hot dogs. Uh, he's enjoying the dogs, and then he tries to climb a fence and immediately drops them on the ground, laughs about it, continues eating them.
I was gonna say, yeah, he doesn't miss a step. He's just laughing at the absurdity of life.
Yeah. Yeah, what a carefree, cool guy that we are already loving. Goes to
It's
pick up his kids from school. Their principal's name is Mr. Puccio, which he immediately laughs at. So I laughed
yeah.
at it. And
He
it turns out his kid is like assaulting people and
a
cutting
little
off
bit.
their hair.
Yeah, he's got bad kids or wild kids at the school. And yeah,
Yeah.
the Mr. Puccio just I think yeah, another strength of the Safdies. As if anyone if you've seen any of the movies, they're able to find just these real guys with these great faces. And Puccio and like he kind of looks like one of the like someone from Uncut Gems, but I don't think it's the same actor.
Yeah.
Like but it's just like they just find these guys. It's just like every movie is just a different guy with like a crazy face, and you're just like, man, how do they find these weirdos? Like, I love it.
He seems like he just seems weary from having to deal with children. Just
Yeah,
like in his face, you get it immediately, and he's like, "Hey, your kids are causing problems." Ronnie loves his kids, but like maybe is not great at choosing when to stick up for them. So he just immediately starts arguing with this guy. Like when it's clear that his kids are in the wrong, he just starts arguing
yeah.
with him and sticking up for him. And like the kids show him the hair that they cut off of another person and like kind of try to explain why they hit a kid. And it sounds like that maybe the kid was a bully, but who knows? Uh, and then he takes them around the corner and like kind of punishes them, but like not really. Yeah,
No,
he
he's
does.
right, like the fun parent. Because yeah, him and his wife
Yeah.
are divorced. She has a new husband, and he gets the kids for like 2 weeks a year or however often. But
The mom and the stepdad are played by the kids' real life parents.
mhm.
Lee Ronaldo, the guitarist from legendary band Sonic Youth, one of the best bands that has ever existed. And then his real life wife, who is an artist herself, who does kind of photography and multimedia things, like using several projectors, and she like manipulates the actual film itself to do things. Sometimes she destroys it. It sounds really cool. I'd love to see one of her exhibits.
Yeah,
Uh,
that sounds awesome. Just yeah, cool arty people. That's I love when cool artists show up. Like that's like a cool thing about mumblecore. It's like it's just people trying to make art. So it's like, oh, you're an artist. Like, hey, like be in our movie, even if you're not like a quote unquote actor. But yeah, I believe they just saw the kids like on the street and like was
it
like, we
turned
need
out they
these
had
kids in the
cool ass
movie.
parents. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, oh, your parents are awesome. All right, well, that's even better. Do they want to play your parents? Kind of. Yeah, it worked out great. They're all fun to watch. The kids are pretty good. I think this is the only thing they've done. But yeah, they're just good at dealing with his chaos.
Yeah, good little kid actors. Which again, yeah, this is kind of a yeah deviation because so much of the other mumblecore, it's like, oh, these are people in their 20s, kind of post grad, like trying to figure out life. And this almost feels like, could you like go into the future like 10 or 15 years? Like, what are their lives like like after then? Like,
Yeah,
can some of them figure it out, or are some of them still just like trapped in chaos, like and ennui, and like not just trying to survive? And it's like, oh, Lenny, yeah, he's still surviving. And yeah, the kids, they're like around like 10-ish years old, I think. They're like pre-tween, like slightly.
yeah. If you go 15 years into the future with them, they're making this movie because it is based loosely off of the
Yeah.
Safdies' relationship with their own very chaotic sounding dad. And Uncut Gems, I think, was inspired by the people that they would meet hanging out
Hmm.
with their dad.
Yeah.
Which, my God, who are these people?
They're their dad is a character, seems like a character hanging out with other characters. And if they're gonna keep making movies about these weirdos, I'm gonna keep watching them. But yeah, because
Absolutely.
it's surprising for like an early film. Because right, like the Safdies, I think Josh is a couple years older than us, and Benny, I think it's my same age, maybe a little younger than you. And
Yeah,
so they're
Josh is
making
about a
this,
year on me.
yeah. So they're making this like in their early 20s, and this doesn't feel like the subject matter and everything else in it. It's like this doesn't feel like some guys in their early to mid 20s like wanted to make a movie. Like it's like
Well,
surprisingly mature.
I mean, even The Pleasure of Being Robbed kind of feels that way, but Ronald
Okay.
wrote this one with them, so he's at least
Oh,
bringing
cool. Yeah.
a little bit of that life experience into it, which I think levels it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, it's so fun. I love that they show him like doing good dad stuff, even if the kids aren't quite into it early on, so we don't hate him for some of the things that he does later. But yeah, he has an on and off girlfriend also named Lenny,
Hmm.
and they don't really make a meal out of that. Uh,
No.
I didn't notice it until about an hour in. And it's like, oh yeah, they're both named Lenny, huh? How
That's
about
yeah.
that?
The subtitles are helpful because I was like, oh, there's a Lenny that's spelled Leni. Like that's weird. Like, did they
Yeah,
change? Like, is that how his name is spelled? And then it's like, oh wait, no, that's the other Lenny.
that's his kind of girlfriend that shows up from time to time. That
Hmm.
their relationship is very fraught.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of his relationships are very fraught as well. But yeah, they're like walking back to his place. There's like a peddler who's asking for money. He doesn't want to give the peddler money, but it seems like the kids might. Lenny ends up doing like a handstand and like has all this change fall out and get like he's being fun, you know? He's just like, hey, look what I can do.
Yeah, he has the kids hold his belt loop while he crosses the street on his hands, which I could never. I would
No.
break every bone in my body and get hit by a car.
And just the skeeziness of like just putting your hands on like the New York concrete and asphalt. It's just like how many oh god, like
Yeah,
gotta wash your hands in turpentine or whatever to get whatever diseases off of there.
I love that city, but I would not call the streets. Although I hear they're actually better with Mamdani in charge with Zoran.
Oh good.
I hear, I mean, it sounds like a lot of the potholes have been taken care of. They've put a lot of work into keeping the city clean. Rat sightings are down. But when I lived there, none of that was the case. So I would
Yeah.
definitely avoid touching the street with bear skin as much as possible.
Yeah. Like, yeah, anyone wearing flip-flops in New York, it's like you're just what are you doing? Like
Yeah.
put on
Well,
socks and you need closed-toed shoes in this city, let alone
yeah.
putting your hands on the ground.
Yeah. If only just because there's so many people, if you go into a touristy area, someone will step on your feet.
Not fun.
Yeah. Sometimes it's canceled comedian TJ Miller stepping on your foot and not apologizing, and sometimes it's just a tourist. I've had both.
That
Uh,
that sounds like odd behavior for TJ being kind of like a dick after doing something.
yeah, yeah. Uh,
Who knew?
boy, was I shocked. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, it was
what?
also right after he did. Actually, this ties into another story I was going to get into later because it was the same night.
Oh
Um,
wow.
but it was at that comedy show where I used to see Wyatt Cenac and everybody, and he
Hmm.
had just gone up there and dropped a giant bomb of a set and then stepped on my foot. Yeah. So TJ Miller,
Loved you 10
bad
years
comedian.
ago,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that shit don't fly no more, TJ.
Yeah, now looking back on like his material, just kind of like, what did I like about this? This is just kind of annoying.
Yeah. And I
He,
mean, him in Silicon Valley's all right because it's kind of, I don't know, playing into some of that, like his
yeah,
persona a bit and subverting it. But yeah, some of the stand ups, like, oh, like, yeah, we were like obsessed with him,
yeah.
like back in the day.
Did I like this, or did I just like comedy and all of it that I experienced? I just was like, well, it's comedy, it must be good. And now I
Yeah.
look back, and it's boy, this guy sure likes to yell.
Hmm. Yeah. I'm trying to think of are there comics from back then that I really liked that like I still do? Because even like Pete Holmes kind of fell off for both of us.
Yeah, and I like spent real time with him, and he was cool to me.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a bummer.
I mean,
Uh, I mean, Mark Maron, I think, has gotten better
he's
even,
still
and he
good.
was good then.
Ron Funches still good, still a cool
I've hung out
guy.
with him.
Hmm.
I helped him buy an apple to smoke weed out of.
Like a
We
true
went to
hero.
Chili's. We went to Chili's and Applebee's in the same day. He and I and another guy.
That is some chain restaurant wizardry right there.
Yeah, yeah, we had a great time. He's a cool guy. Ron Funch
He's
is awesome.
seems like a good hang. I mean,
He really,
Jeselnik is still doing good stuff. He's doing his book club. We like that. We appreciate him trying to get people to read.
yeah, and he's somehow managed to find the way to be edgy and do edgelord shit, but not seem like a bad guy off stage. He saves all
Yeah.
that shittiness for the stage, and then off stage, in my limited dealings with him, super nice guy. He bought my friend a waffle.
Hey,
So, yeah, I like him a lot.
we're big. We love Jeselnik. But yeah, so it's about 50-50 rate of some of those comics that we're
Yeah.
still fans of back from that day. And I guess yeah, Kumail is probably the other big one who it's like I don't dislike him, but I just want him to like do his thing again. He shouldn't be a hunky Marvel hero. He needs to just kind of I don't know,
Yeah.
tone it down. Tone that
He
down.
had, he had fallen off for me pretty aggressively once he started doing like the Eternals and stuff. But I
Yeah.
gotta say, he is on the current series of Taskmaster, which is probably just concluded by the time this is released.
Okay.
Episode 4 aired the week we're recording this. And it's reminding me of what I liked about him in the first place. He's made me laugh quite a bit.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I knew he was on it. I need to catch up. I need to watch the Manzukis season, and I need to watch
Yeah.
this. I just need to watch more Taskmaster. That's I think the moral of of the story. It's I enjoy it, but I haven't had the deep dive that you have, Greg.
I mean, I've watched the entire series like 4 times.
Oh wow.
And and it's just nice to have on, and then also the foreign versions of it are also great. New Zealand has some of the craziest shit I've ever seen on TV. Australia is funny in different ways. I even watched like a season of I believe the Norwegian. It's either Norwegian or Swedish, which I should know because some of my ancestry is from there. So it's actually okay if this comes across as a little bit insensitive because that's my culture I'm being insensitive to.
Hmm.
But it was one of those two. I can't tell the difference. All Norway and Sweden's look alike. Sorry, family. Um, I watched one of those, and okay, so whatever country it is, it's the one where those Ylvis guys that did like "What Sound Does the Fox Make" song, because those guys were on one of the seasons I watched.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
don't remember.
basically, yeah, whatever country they're from, that's the one I watched. And every single task, someone would ask for knives and or fire, and that was really funny. They're just like, we're gonna need a lot of knives for this one. All right, go get the knives.
So
Anyway,
Ylvis did What Does the Fox Say? And they are Norwegian, so that was it.
okay, yeah. So I was, yeah, and that's the one that my grandfather on my mom's side, his family directly came from Norway.
Okay.
So yeah, it's actually totally fine that I was racist against Norwegians because I am both that and Icelandic. Those are the two that it's safe for me to
Okay.
slander because that's my people.
See, I got Sweden, and then my wife got Denmark. So we got all of the Nordic, besides Finland. We can't slander Finland, but all the rest of Scandinavia, we have some links to.
Yeah, I can also do Mexico, but I won't because that too many people do that with bad intentions, and I don't look like I have Mexican ancestry, even though I've met the one that came to this. I met the actual immigrant. My great grandpa was the one from Mexico. He bought me Burger King, but I still probably shouldn't do it because I don't look like somebody that should be allowed to do it, and I don't want it to be taken in a bad way.
Mm-hmm. Hear you on that. So
Yeah,
I just am white on white because I got the Switzerland in there, and then like all over England and like the UK. So
yeah,
just white Northern European through and through over here. So I'm just gonna just sit on the sidelines. I won't do my Jamaican accent for y'all.
yeah, yeah. Even though, again, I've met my ancestor from Mexico, I can't do the accent, and so you will never hear me try a Mexican accent on this podcast. It
We will
also
do.
just seemed, again, like a terrible idea.
Yeah. It's you got to have a good angle or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. We'll do Norwegian and Swedish into English accents though. I don't know
Yeah.
if there's a Swiss accent, but there probably is.
Ye- Yeah. I was gonna say, well, there's that chef from the Muppets, but he's Swedish, so
He
we
is
already have
like
that.
I can do that. That is
Yeah.
not offensive for me to do.
Yeah.
But
It's actually
yeah,
good. You're honoring your own culture when you do the Swedish chef voice.
the Swedish chef is a national icon, right up there with IKEA.
He's the prime minister, I heard.
I mean, would be cool.
Yeah.
Chicken for
Anyway.
all. That's his platform. The Chicky for all.
It better not be the one Gonzo has a sexual relationship with, or he's going to be upset. And since we don't know what he is, we can't say it's wrong that he has that. We don't know what he is. We don't
Huh?
know what he can and can't communicate with.
Like
Yeah.
Gonzo love a chicken. It's his
Yeah.
right as a Muppet.
Yeah. Also, he's fake. So who gives a shit?
he is. He does not exist.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the movie.
Anyway,
So,
so seems like Daddy Lenny likes playing racquetball, so he'll take the kids to play
yeah.
racquetball, and they're not great at it, so he can get a little mad, a little
Yeah,
frustrated.
it's funny watching him like obviously frustrated, but still trying to make it fun for the kids. It's just such a great performance. Like
Yeah,
that's hard to pull off, and he nails it.
he's able to play that line so well, and like yeah, like I think he gets frustrated at one point, and they both just like go and stand in the corner without prompting, They're just like in their timeout corner. So it's like okay, like
Yeah,
he didn't train him to
right.
do that, but he's just like oh timeout, okay, that's weird.
Yeah, he loves his kids. His heart's in the right place. His parenting skills are maybe not super great. Yeah,
They are
and then there's
wanting.
just then oh yeah, I have the vintage Knicks tee that he's wearing is awesome. So
Very
the trope
cool.
of cool vintage or graphic tees holds strong. Uh,
And
yeah,
then we
so
got
then
the next. Oh, I was
they're in
gonna
the
bring up.
shower thing.
Oh yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
bring that up. The next trope
yeah,
we see.
yeah,
Sorry to cut you off there. Go ahead,
yeah.
Greg.
Just like a guy watching him. The children are nowhere to be seen, which is good because the guy
Yeah.
has his hog out and he's just like stretching and watching Lenny. And it's uncomfortable. It's unclear what that guy's doing.
But it is authentic to the
Yeah,
locker room experience. I remember going
yeah,
to the rec center in Orem, and there was always just the naked old man walking around. And it's just like, I don't
yeah,
know if we should be in here with him. Like maybe there should be
yeah,
separate. There needs to be a separate old man naked locker room because just yeah, whether it was for like a scouting thing or like a school thing, like every time, like guaranteed, there's just the guy's like, I'm in the sauna, I'm old, I got nothing else to do, I'm chilling here naked. I'm just
yeah. I mean, I do that in the sauna too. The difference is the sauna is in my house, and I am the only person in that room. Like, we have a sauna. I'm allowed to have my hog out because no one's gonna come in. Like,
there's no chance of children entering the space.
yeah, I'm not doing the weird stretches that like open my asshole in front of God and everyone, like this fella, because he's like putting his leg up on stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's putting on a show. Anyway, that is like maybe 10 seconds of the movie that we've talked about for 10 times that long.
stands out though. It's
Yeah.
brings back a lot of bad childhood memories in the locker room. Just seeing
Yeah.
stuff, seeing stuff we weren't meant to see.
Yeah.
Learning about the effects of gravity on the body at the too young of an age.
Yeah. Just, oh God, is that going to happen to me? Yes, it is. I am getting to that point.
yeah.
Uh, so they go home. Lenny shows up, girl Lenny, with a salamander hidden in a cereal box in a little thing, and everybody wants to fight over the salamander. they're so excited about it at first, but then later on, you find out that they quickly lost interest in it and it starved to death and died, which is sad, but also kind of makes sense with how chaotic everyone is.
It's yeah, par for the course for like kids and pets. It's like they're gonna die or it'll be taken, especially like a salamander that's like more of like a passive pet. It's not like a pet you can play with. Like it's just kind of
Yeah.
hangs out in an like a fish tank or whatever they put them in. They don't they put them in a Tupperware. Like they
Yeah,
get
you
like a
really
big Tupperware and poke holes in the top.
salamander is a good pet for if you have responsible parents,
Yeah.
not exclusively fun dads that are trying their best but don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, he what the fills it like because he has a fish tank, so he's taking rocks out of the fish tank and putting it in the
But
Tupperware, and then
also,
also the cereal. That's so
yeah,
funny.
yeah, it's like okay, so they're giving him all kinds of environment. Yeah. Anyway, that scene is very loud and chaotic.
This is I mean, it's like having 2 kids around, like, they're excited about this new pet, they're excited about the cereal, and they're they're hog wild, you know, and, yeah, later in the movie, you see, like, their home life with their mom and stepdad, and it is the exact opposite of their life with, their birth dad, because it's like they're getting help with their homework, I think one of them's, like, practicing the piano, it's just, like, serene and calm, and
Yeah.
then it's just, like, Lenny's just, like, an agent of chaos, just, like, putting some recklessness into the boys.
Yeah, because the next thing that happens is he meets a random woman at the bar and hooks up with her, and she wakes up in his house the next morning and it's like, "Me and my boyfriend are going upstate," and Lenny says, "All right, well, me and my kids are coming with you."
Yeah, yeah, he
And
goes to the bar and leaves the kids there, and he does about
yeah,
like he just buys her a whiskey, and she sees him, and she sees that, oh, who's that cool, tall, striking-looking man buying me a whiskey? I will sleep with him for sure.
yeah, and then take him to meet my boyfriend upstate, and
Boyfriend Aaron, who's not too thrilled to
no,
have Lenny and the boys around.
yeah, he claims to be allergic to music when they're trying to put music on for the drive. He's like, "Yeah, I don't like to listen to music when I drive." And then they all fall asleep and he puts on like jazzy old standards.
Yeah. What
Which
the Lenny brings the mixtape. Lenny's got a road trip mixtape that's very exciting.
I want to hear the Lenny mixtape.
Yeah.
I, I bet I would like most of what's on that mixtape, if not all of it.
Yeah.
Because he also has these EC Comics prints all over his house,
Hmm.
and those are cool. I love EC Comics art style. Yeah, I was excited to see like two-fisted tails hanging up everywhere.
Mm.
Yeah, he's got good taste. He'd probably be really fun to hang out with for an hour.
Yeah, you don't want him to be your dad.
No,
But
but
because he yeah.
to go drink with and get into some shit, like you might get arrested, but you will have fun.
You'll remember him. He'll make an
Yeah,
impact. And
yeah,
it's they seem to be driving a very long way. Like I don't know how far upstate they're going because it turns into
yeah,
nighttime and it seems like they leave in the
yeah,
morning. So I'm just like, how far upstate are they going?
because they're all asleep, and the guy puts on his old standards to show that he actually isn't allergic to music. Um, But yeah, then they're like walking around picking up rocks. They go on a boat, and there's a really cool thing with a singing water skier with a whole
Yeah.
band on the boat, like playing horns. I thought that was really cool. I
And
was
this
very into that.
you might think this water skier and this band are dressed for aquatic activities, but they are in full formal wear.
Yeah, it kicks ass. I loved every second of it.
It's the best. And Lenny is, having fun with the kids. He keeps doing a bit like, oh, like, yeah, like I learned how to like catch salmon from whatever. And like he keeps putting his hand in the water and being like, oh, it just got away when he pulls it up. And everyone's having a good time. Yeah, it seems like it's very cold. Only the boyfriend is water skiing, but the guy who owns the boat seems cool. He seems to like Lenny a lot more than Aaron, I think, is the boyfriend's name. But then again, Lenny didn't sleep with the driver's girlfriend, so
and then insist on bringing his two small children on their nice day out together.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, funny stuff. So they return home, and we basically get a spiritual sequel to Dead Poets Society in a scene
Hmm.
because the kids are at school and their math teacher is having fun by leaning all the way up against the dry erase board so the numbers are on his back. And then he has the kids come up and solve the equation on his back. Yeah, real fun, rebellious teacher stuff.
It's fun, and yeah, one
Yeah,
of the sons does a little sweet thing. He gives a girl a ring, and he's trying to be like a little sweetie, and the girl is mean to him. So maybe that explains some of the maybe he's cutting off that girl's hair or doing something else with bugging her. But it
uh,
seems like he's trying to be sweet in that moment and give her a ring. But Sage, the sons are yeah named Sage and Frey, which are fun names. Uh,
yeah, and I believe there are real names too.
oh, cool.
Yeah,
But yep, ends up putting fart spray on the mean girl. He gets his comeuppance, or she gets her comeuppance rather.
yeah, yeah. I liked that. Uh, yeah, Lenny is walking around and he sees this guy who's just like, I'm selling CDs. $5. You got to buy the CDs. And the guy playing the CD hustler is legendary grimy New York director Abel Ferrara, who has
Mm-hmm.
made great films like Bad Lieutenant and oh man, I'm looking at my shelf. I'm looking at the movies and blanking. Uh, King of King of New York, Miss
Yeah.
45, and my personal favorite, Fear City. Just a grimy downtown Manhattan classic about a serial killer that does martial arts in the nude that's hunting strippers. And Melanie Griffith is one of the strippers, and she has a cop ex-boxer boyfriend, so the whole movie is building up to like a gritty martial arts versus boxing match between the two. And Billy D. Williams is there as another cop. It's grimy and fucked up as hell, and it rules. Fear City kicks so much ass. Anyway, Abel
You-
Ferrara, the director of that, is playing the CD guy, and it turns out he's also a seedy guy
mm.
because when Lenny is not open to his sales pitch, which is mostly "You like Bill Withers," uh, he pulls a gun on him.
And
And it
while this is
really gets
happening,
funny.
Lenny has a bag of groceries in one hand and three ice cream cones in the other hand that he has between his fingers that he's bringing to his kids. So again, he's trying to be
Yeah,
a good dad, like bringing his
yeah,
kids some ice cream, but ends up
but
getting mugged.
yeah, he cannot help but getting into a really bad situation with a really shady guy. Yeah,
He knocks the ice cream cones out of Lenny's hands, man. Abel
yeah,
just being a jerk.
yeah. I am so excited for you to see Marty Supreme, where he has a much bigger role
Okay,
and is fucking terrifying. He's really good.
I'm excited.
I would also implore our audience, if you have not watched his unhinged interview with Conan O'Brien from the 90s, where it's very possible that he is strung out on heroin during the entire interview, please look it up. It is somehow more chaotic than this movie in a fraction of the time.
It is a prequel to
Yeah,
Daddy Longlegs.
yeah, it is. It's fascinating. Is it a good
Mhm.
interview? No. Is it deeply interesting? Absolutely. Check
Mhm.
it out. Yeah. Then he goes home and argues with the kid's mom on the phone in front of them.
Happens a
And
lot. They
yeah,
don't get along.
it's not that he's actively trying to alienate the kids from their mom, but he does want them to see him as a winner.
Yeah.
So when he ends the argument, he's like, "You see that? That's how you win. I won." And it's like, this is probably not great to do to the kids.
Yeah.
He's not trying to make them dislike their mom. He's just trying to get them to respect him.
He's got to push her down so that he can rise up.
Yeah,
And
it's just because of the movie we're watching, it's funny. Although in real life, that's a terrible thing that unfortunately does happen a lot. That sort of thing.
yeah, parents pitting their kids against one another. Like,
Yeah,
not fun to do that. But yeah, they're having fun. He's pretending to be like the Hulk, saying he's mad, ripping his shirt open. They're having a good time.
yeah, they're mixing it up. Uh,
And then his weird friend Salvi comes over, and it's like, what's the deal with this guy? Just some
yeah,
random dude.
yeah, and he sneaks off to have a cigarette in the bathroom, which he is hiding in aspirin bottles. Which I just kept him in the pack. I don't know why he's putting him in aspirin bottles. But he has a nice smoke, and while he's in there smoking, the kids are like playing around, laying on the ground, and so he's like, "Why don't I step on your stomach?" And he
Yeah,
does it too hard, and the kids are crying and freaking out. And Salvy's like, "Nah, he likes it. See, they're laughing. Here, stand on my stomach." And he lifts up his shirt and lays on the ground. He's like, "Stand on me." And then he just like sleeps there in the same bed as Ronnie.
yeah. Like the kids are in some other bed. Like they have like a little nook with a bed in it, and then yeah, I think Lenny's like on a pull-out couch that he shares with Salvi. Just two
Yeah.
adult men sleeping in the same bed.
After that, after one of the adult men tried to step on his kid's stomach and then tried to get everyone to step on him to show that it's okay.
It's okay to step on a stomach.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, then he goes to work to drop something off and sees that he's supposed to be there, even though he apparently supposedly talked to his coworker about how he wasn't available. They get into an argument. His coworker just like leaves.
Yeah,
So
his
he's
co
stuck.
his coworker fucks him over. It's like, I don't,
Yeah.
someone's got to run these projectors, man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And yeah, his kids are just waiting for him, which I feel like happens a lot. Like, kids just kind of waiting around. It's like, is dad gonna show up? Like, he's again not the most reliable. It's just stuff like this happens. Like, he didn't know this was gonna happen. Then all of a sudden, he just gets thrust into having to like do his job. And right, this is like a film projector, so like he needs to change to the reel like every 17 minutes. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, so he like runs down the street to find the kids with their mom, who is talking to the principal in a normal way. Principal
mhm.
Puccio.
Puccio, yeah,
And the
Puccio.
prince when he gets there, the principal's like saying something like, "I'm glad I'm talking to you. The last time I talked to their dad, it was not a positive experience for me." And right then, as if on cue, he shows up and just argues with everybody while trying to hustle the kids back to his job before the real change, which he doesn't quite make it there in time.
Well, he gets there, then wants the
Yeah,
kids do it, but the kid is hesitates, and so it's not a
yeah,
clean, real change. But yeah, I
yeah,
guess yeah, he just argues with his wife when they're there too, and he's basically it's like, listen, it's like I can make mistakes. It's like during my 2 weeks, I can make a mistake or whatever. It's like you make mistakes, and she's like, I don't make mistakes.
yeah,
So it's very healthy dynamic they got going.
yeah. His kids immediately get bored of watching him flip switches every 17 minutes and
Yeah.
draw a comic about him peeing into his boss's mug, which is a funny comic. I was laughing while they were like going through it. And then
It
they
is
print
good.
999 copies of it on the office copier.
1,000 copies that when they leave the theater, they immediately drop and just like all they just all fly out and like
Uh,
in front of the theater. Like,
yeah, in my notes I have something like if if I was walking down the street and one of those blew up at me, I would think it was so funny. Just like, oh, it's a comic about this. This is great.
hang it
This is
on the
what New York's all
fridge.
about. Yeah. I will
Hang it
keep
on the
the.
fridge.
Did an adult underground artist make this? This is great. And then, no, it's two bored children.
Two children waiting for their dad to be done doing their job.
Yeah. Yeah. That was really funny to me. Yeah. So then he's trying to go out on a date with Lenny, but he doesn't want to leave his kids unattended. So he finds like this artist in his building and
Hmm.
offers him one of the rare EC comic prints to watch the kids for a couple of hours. And so the kids fill a fire truck toy up with piss and spray him with it and just cause all kinds of other chaos while he's trying to work.
They're just little chaotic, disgusting boys, and it's funny. I don't know. It's just like this.
Uh,
It would if I was Jake is the neighbor's name. If like I was Jake, I'd be very upset. But since I'm not Jake and I'm just watching this is very funny. It's a
uh,
good bit.
the kids love pee. Who are we to say that's wrong?
They're interested in and how the body works.
Yeah,
But yeah, he's what goes to the Chinese restaurant with Lenny, and he's doing bits with the waiter, asking for like a Coke with ice and no MSG.
yeah, he's mixing it up, doing borderline racist bits at the waiter. Um, but they're having a nice time. And then they go down to the subway, and she wants him to walk on the tracks with her. And he keeps saying he's going to sleep on the third rail.
Hmm.
And I was terrified about ever going onto the subway tracks because,
Yeah,
well, the third rail for one, but also that's where trains hit you. So
that's
I
where the
avoid,
that's where the
yeah,
trains go.
yeah, yeah. I don't want to get smushed by a train, so I will stay up on top where it is safe.
And
Yeah,
listen,
so
we've seen the documentary Ghostbusters too. We know there are ghost
yeah,
trains that come every once in a while, but that's like every 1 in 100 trains. So very low
yeah,
probability of getting hit by a ghost train, which is fine, but high
yeah.
probability of being hit by a regular train.
You have a better chance of getting hit by one of the trash trains that occasionally go by. Uh,
Stinky.
yeah, well, yeah. Um, so anyway, she gets mad at him and walks on the tracks, and he takes the A train, which
Mm.
is, in my experience, not the train you want to be on when you're having a bad day. Uh, it's a train I'm very familiar with. I had a classic New York moment on it once where I had done too much day drinking because I was very sad about something. And to calm myself, I went to see a movie that was actually made by a lot of mumblecore people, and they're in it. Like Joe Swanberg is in it,
Mm.
and Alex Ross Perry, who we'll cover later, also in it. It's called Joshi. It was fine.
Hmm.
I didn't love it at the time because I was in a real bad headspace. I got on the A train to go home. We got under the river, and I hear a, "Hey, you just stabbed him in the leg!" And the train is packed. And I turn around, and sure enough, somebody has just been stabbed in the leg in
Oh
this
God.
completely packed train
Oh
in
no.
August. My alcohol has worn off, so I am starting to feel very hungover. The train is very, very hot, I should reiterate, and packed and sweaty. Someone goes and pulls the emergency brake.
Oh no.
Since we're under the river, it takes an hour for someone to come check on things and make sure they're okay so the
Oh
train can
God.
continue on. In classic New York fashion, everyone is significantly more upset that the train has stopped for an hour than they are that someone has been stabbed in the leg. In fact, that fact is pretty much immediately forgotten. Also, someone spoiled Stranger Things because that had just come out. So, yeah, not my favorite train ride, but a classic New York train ride, I guess. Yeah.
That is
Anyway, so,
wild and it sounds very classic New York. Just people being someone getting stabbed and
uh,
people being annoyed that the train is delayed.
yeah. I mean, I was more mad about that too, partially because I wasn't the one stabbed, and
Yeah.
it didn't seem like it was unclear what the stabbing was about, but it didn't like escalate,
Mhm.
which is weird. I think even the stabbed person and the stabber were more annoyed about the delay at a certain point.
Well, if I'd been the one who's stabbed and someone pulls the emergency alarm
Yeah,
and the train stops under the river, I'm like, fucking wait until we get to the next stop. I'm stabbed. We're under the river. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Like, the next stop is probably like a few minutes away. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's just
yeah. It's like
terrible.
2 minutes away.
Yeah, like, this would be more productive if we just went to the next stop and I got off and went to the hospital instead of being stuck in a death tube for an hour, sweating sweating my balls off. Like,
Yeah,
uh,
it it was a very strange day. Uh, one I hope to not relive. Uh, but yeah, so he gets on the A train and goes home, and other Lenny shows up, and they're like cuddling on the bed, and his boss calls, and it's like, "You have to come on here and help us with all these canisters of film, or you're fired because I'm really mad about this piss comic that your kids printed 1,000 copies of at your job." Uh, and so
yeah.
Lenny is like, "We other Lenny, you need to watch my kids." She says she can't do it. He's like, "But I'll get fired." And she's like, "Well, I'll get fired." So he goes down to try
Yeah.
to talk Josh into it, but Josh has been freshly pissed on by these kids, so he is understandably not open to the idea of maybe that continuing.
Yeah, is in no mood to look after them again. And yeah, Lenny's just kind of like, they need to have someone here, like when they wake up, like, or they're gonna freak out. And so he gets the brain genius idea to, he's got some sedatives. Like, oh, this usually only puts me out for a couple hours, so maybe we give them a small piece of these sedative pills, and they're
Yeah.
out for a few hours. I can go do my job and come back, and everything's cool. But
So he crushes it
unfortunately.
up, and other Lenny's like, "That looks like too much." And he's like, "Ah, it's fine. It's roughly an eighth." Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. So he gives the kids the sedative and goes back to his job, where we see one of the directors, Josh Safdie, as another
Mhm.
projectionist, and also the guy that fucked him over.
Yeah.
Uh, he comes home to hang out with the kids and wake them up, and they do not wake up.
They're still asleep. Yeah, so it kind of worked, but maybe worked too well.
Yeah, and it's like, oh my god, did he just drug his kids to death? Because they are unresponsive.
Yeah.
Uh, it's fucked up.
It's very stressful.
But
It's very not cool of him to do.
yeah, him and other Lenny are, yeah, you see exactly why they show him doing like good dad stuff before this stuff,
Mhm.
so you don't fully hate him.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, him and other Lenny call a doctor who does not seem psyched to be called about this,
The doctor's
uh,
very mean to him, and
for
probably
good reason.
justifiably. Yeah, he's just like,
Yeah,
it's like, if I was anyone else, I'd call the cops. Like, this is like, you
yeah,
shouldn't have done this. And yeah, they're in stage 4 sleep, which is like a light coma. That he's like, they'll be awake in 2 or so days.
yeah, yeah. So naturally, Lenny has to remove himself from this stressful environment.
Yeah, and he's calling in frequently to like see if they pick up. He's leaving
Yeah,
messages on the machine, but yeah, he's just like, I can't be there with my kids. That's too stressful. So another
yeah,
bad move by Lenny.
yeah. So he goes to other Lenny's place, and due to him leaving a spare key where the nosy neighbor can see it, that goes extremely poorly, and she cuts him off.
Hmm.
And then he goes outside to call his kids from a payphone, which this was the dying days of payphones.
Hmm.
Uh, the night I was talking about, where TJ Miller stepped on me, this was my other story. This was 5, maybe 6 years after this. No one used payphones anymore. There were still a couple, but they were mostly just like empty booths. My friends and I were walking at like 10:30, 10:45 at night to that comedy show, and we walked past a phone booth, and we just see like a guy drop trow and do diarrhea everywhere.
Oh no.
Just like, this wasn't even like a closed phone booth. It was just like kind of an open one. And he just like took a big shit. We were just like, classic New York moment. Glad you got to see this on your trip, buddy. And my friend that was visiting from out of town was like, I'm glad I got to see it too. And then we went to the comedy show, and TJ Miller stepped on my foot and didn't apologize.
The dick move,
Th-
but yeah,
This
uncut
was,
New York, seeing
if
diarrhea.
you if you remember my story from a couple weeks ago, I believe I told it on here about Captain Beefheart and
Mm,
us doing that in the Irish pub. This was the night after.
mm,
Same friend, next night.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah, we got up to some shit when he was in town. We had a good time.
We'll see when you come to Portland if we can find any.
Yeah.
Don't have to
Street
look too
fitters.
far. If you're on the right
No.
street, yeah, we can maybe
Yeah.
have a scary encounter on public transit, and you can watch someone go to the bathroom or shoot
Yeah.
up or do fentanyl just in the open public. As
Yeah.
yeah, the homeless
And
problem
as
has gotten better in some parts here, but it is still a lot of people dealing with a lot of issues that it seems like no one knows how to solve.
I wonder, because I'd always heard stories about the scary homeless people in New York, and then I got there, and then there were like one or two times where I ran into someone that seemed like mentally unwell in a dangerous way, but like nothing would happen.
Yeah,
Um, I did see like one or two subway masturbators, and that's never fun.
no.
But like for the most part, the homeless people I encountered in New York were just like hustling, trying to survive, and didn't really seem like they wanted to hurt anybody. But then when I moved back to Salt Lake, I had way more instances of people that seemed like they were looking for a fight, and
Mm.
maybe I'm the guy they're fighting today.
Oh gosh.
Like I would be waiting for the bus downtown in the part that used to be very nice, and people would just be walking around screaming, "Bitch, motherfucker, bitch," and like at people. So New York
Sorry,
homeless people seem very nice.
by
So like one,
comparison, yeah.
yeah. So like I was way more scared of like the smaller city unwell. I think there's more meth involved in the Salt Lake, which is
Probably.
a huge problem in Utah, and
Mhm.
I'm sure it's a problem in New York, but I met way more coked up people.
It's just yeah, I don't know if,
Yeah.
yeah, like is New York more heroin or I know yeah, Portland we just got all sorts of fentanyl going around and that's no good.
Yeah, I think New York's more heroin, and then if you're rich, cocaine.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, Salt Lake has a lot of meth, and therefore a lot more scary people that might try to fight you on the street. I've seen people try to start fights with trees. Uh, a guy tried to start a fight with me because I didn't have an extra cigarette for him, and I was standing by a bunch of motorcycles with another friend, and he's like, "You out of motorcycles too?" And like, how the fuck do you respond to that? So I just said, "Yeah, yeah, I'm out of motorcycles too." And then like he got real mad and looked like he was about to fight me, but then he got distracted and wandered off, and which is great because I was at work. I was
Oh
on a
no.
smoke break at work. Uh, and then later that night, I checked next door, and a guy that matched that guy's description exactly had attacked a couple outside of a 7-Eleven that night.
Oh
So,
no. You
yeah,
avoided
yeah, while not on purpose antagonizing that guy. Like I was not intending to. I just did not know how to respond to his weird question.
you were just minding your own business and he took it
Yeah,
personal.
we were probably talking about Taskmaster when that guy just like
Mm,
approached us aggressively
yeah.
because that's what would happen.
Not
Yeah.
not fun with but I guess yeah, I guess meth is good when you're cold because it will help warm
Yeah.
you up, and fentanyl's good when you're sleeping on the street because you'll just fall asleep. So,
Yeah.
of course, that's the go-to drugs that people are gonna do when they're living on the street and
And
they
maybe
need
you won't
help.
wake up, and then you don't need to worry about whether or not you're on the street anymore.
Dark,
So, well,
but true.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
it has its benefits.
Yeah.
Um, And when you're on fentanyl, that probably does seem like a benefit, or at least you don't really care about it that much, is the
Yeah,
impression I get.
you
Um,
zonked out.
so yeah, anyhow, his kids are unconscious where we left off before I told a short story about a guy shitting in the street. Um, and he can't go hang out with other Lenny anymore because he is finally slammed that door shut. So he goes out with his boys, one of whom is Sean Price Williams, the cinematographer of Yeast. And they go have a couple drinks and decide to do street art.
Well,
And
they're hanging out
uh,
with a dude it's like tag stuff, like his name's
yeah,
Rambo or whatever, and
yeah. And that
when
guy
in
just like
Rome.
spray paints on the busy street.
Yeah, it's
Like
like on
literally,
the street, not on the
yeah,
wall.
yeah. It looks like he's spray painting the lines that you see construction people do, but he's tagging. So Lenny's like, let me try one. I'll write something. And he goes to spray paint the word dad on the side of a building, which is funny enough. But then the police show up and arrest him. And while they're arresting him, he says, I was writing something nice,
Yeah,
which I
the
thought was
cops.
extremely funny.
Well, the cops come in undercover. Like I think one they're like
Yeah,
in like unmarked vehicles that pull up and
it
being
looked like a
very
cab.
aggro. Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
cab. Comes out as the lanyard
yeah,
with the badge and just is immediately a giant asshole to Lenny.
yeah. I was writing something nice.
Just trying to
Yeah.
write bad. It's fun.
So they spend the night in jail. He
And
comes home.
yeah, the whole
Oh,
time it's just like so stressful because like, are his kids gonna like wake up? Like he's like kind of freaking out in jail,
yeah,
and he's like he keeps calling people like trying to have like I think he calls Lenny again and is like wants her to like check on the kids or call or whatever. And it's like this is my last quarter, so hopefully you get the message.
yeah. It's a wild night. He finally makes it home. He puts on a cool song that Shazam didn't recognize. And while he's in the shower, the kids wake up and he is so excited.
He's very happy he didn't kill them.
Yeah. And we're happy too, because that would have been a huge bummer if this guy that we like
Yeah,
despite his many flaws accidentally murdered two children. That's not a, yeah.
that yeah would yeah wouldn't be so positive on this movie if he had murdered children in it. We would not be singing Lenny's praises.
Yeah, we wouldn't be talking about what a cool guy he seems like he is leading up to that point. Um, yeah, so he takes them to a museum where there's a giant replica of a mosquito, which is scary, and the kids are scared by
Hmm.
it. So naturally, he does. This is actually what my family would have done, uh, which is tell them that these giant mosquitoes are real and native to the area in which you live.
And that he killed one the other day or the other week or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. So naturally, the kids are scared shitless.
The kids can't go to bed because I think they like watch a horror movie and then they are
Yeah,
just too scared. Plus the giant mosquito. So
yeah,
he's just winning dad of the year right now.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and that is what at least some of my family members. That's how they would have handled me being scared by the mosquito. Well, it's
Mhm.
real and it lives by you. Um,
Good luck. I am yeah, I don't like bugs. I'm very anti-bug. If I was
yeah,
in Starship Troopers, I would have signed up to go kill the bugs. Because the
yeah.
only good bug is a dead bug. So I'm with the kids on that. Don't freak me out with these scaring me with giant bugs, man.
I'm fine with bugs being outside of my house. That doesn't bother me. But
I
I don't love when they're in the house. Luckily, it
don't
doesn't happen that often.
I don't like them inside or out. Just the other night was getting bit up by mosquitoes, man.
If I'm outside, the way I look at it is, well, they have rights to smash me because I'm currently in their home, so I will let them be unless they bite me. Um, because fair's fair.
Fair is
So anyway,
fair.
he gives the kids back to their mom because his time is up, and we
He's
see them
sad.
having. We see them having healthy experiences.
Yeah, doing piano lessons, having, the
Yeah.
parents help with their homework. They don't do any homework when they're with him. That is clear.
No. Yeah. Uh, Everyone is smiling and calm in that home, which I assume is their real home because
Oh yeah,
of the budget of this movie and everything. Um,
nice place. So with
yeah.
that Sonic Youth money, I'm guessing, got himself
Yeah.
a nice New York apartment.
Yeah. Everything seems healthy. Lenny, on the other hand, is kind of spiraling.
He's sad. He
Yeah.
misses his little friends.
Yeah. He has a weird nightmare that the giant mosquito is in his apartment, and then
Hmm.
a burglar smashes his window trying to climb up the building. So obviously he's got to yell at that guy out the broken window.
And then he
And
ma- then he squishes the mosquito to death.
with a table. Yeah.
It's blood all over him. It is kind of graphic.
Yeah, I really liked that little trip into surrealism. We haven't really had any of those in any of these movies so far, so I
Yeah,
thought that was cool to like kind of have a dream sequence on such a low
yeah,
budget.
yeah. Little nightmare. Yeah, you see the fun mosquito puppet, and yeah, it's a really fun kind of messed up sequence that I enjoyed. And yeah, Lenny just
Yeah.
wants to see his kids, so he calls up his wife. He's like, "Can I see the kids?" And the wife is like, "No, you get your 2 weeks, and that's it."
And you're lucky to get those because they tell me what happens during those 2 weeks,
Yeah,
and it seems bad.
it's not
Yeah,
great.
yeah. So he does what any reasonable person would do. Goes to pick them up from school and tells the nanny that there's been a mistake in communication and he's actually supposed to be picking them up today. And she argues with him, but he eventually wins.
Yeah,
And
so he kidnaps his children.
yeah, he takes them to his apartment and packs everything up and says, "We're moving."
Yeah, but the first he sends them to get groceries. He's like, "Don't go to like the
Yeah,
corner store. Like, go down a few blocks to like the big supermarket. Like, here's $50." And again, just another, at least for me, stressful situations. Like, oh, he's just like letting these two children like into New York, like loose onto
although
the street.
having worked in one of those types of stores and just
Mhm.
being been to many grocery stores in New York, that's not that uncommon.
Okay.
So I actually barely. I was like, yeah, that sounds about right. Uh, they're old enough that I've seen this happen.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
he has them to. He sends them to go get some rosemary, which was actually the title of this movie when it premiered at Cannes. Go get
mm-hmm.
some rosemary. Anyway, yeah, the kids come back. Everything's packed up. He's got the fridge strapped to his back.
There's another guy there named Mark, and the kids are just confused. Like, why are you moving? Why are you doing this? And then just some of my favorite lines. And he's like, Lenny's just like talking to the kids, like, "You're embarrassing me in front of Mark." It's like you're embarrassing yourselves in front of Mark.
Yeah, yeah. Who the
And it's like,
fuck
who's
is Mark?
Mark? Yeah, it's their first time meeting him, and Mark's just like, "This is too messed up. Like, I'm out of here."
Yeah, they go to get in the truck, argue with the truck guy.
Truck guy's like,
Um,
"Why do you have a fridge?" And like, I guess all their
yeah,
toys and stuff are in the fridge.
yeah. Yeah, he's like, you told me it was a couple boxes. He's like, yeah, we're taking everything. We got the fridge. And the guy said, well, not with me. So they take their shit to the Roosevelt Island tram,
Well,
and
Lenny criticizes the
mm,
driver, and the
yeah,
driver kicks him off. Doesn't even take him all the way. He's just like, "Screw you! Like,
yeah,
get out of here."
yeah. So they get on the Roosevelt Island tram with all of Lenny's shit. And yeah, it ends with a nice scene of him kidnapping his own children. Something very horrific in real life, but almost feels sweet in the context of this movie.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
the kids seem a little bummed out by all this. They do seem like more sad than like they've been throughout the rest of the movie because maybe they're just confused. Like, what is going on? Like, why are we just like living in
yeah.
this chaos?
Yeah, they had another taste of civility for a moment, and now they're back to all of this, and it's going to be more chaotic for a little while because I am willing to bet that the mom and stepdad aren't going to say, "Where are the kids?" Oh, he just took them from school and doesn't live where we know he lives anymore. That's actually fine. I'm sure they'll be back soon.
Right, yeah, he's taking them across the river, and I didn't know there was a tram in New York that went over the river. So
Yeah,
I learned something.
I've heard about it. I've never actually been over
Hmm.
there. I just never really had a reason to. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
because when they go there, it's like hard to tell what it is. I'm like, are they going on a train or something else? But then once it starts going, it's like, oh, this is a tram. Okay, there. Oh, I didn't know. I guess yeah, Roosevelt Island tram. You said.
Yeah. So it's actually
Okay.
entirely possible that I've walked past it and was just preoccupied with other.
Hmm.
Sometimes when I'm walking around, the rest of the world is dead to me, and I am just lost in whatever I'm listening to the point where like former bosses have seen me on the street and said they were like waving at me and trying to say hi, and I was just completely oblivious. Other people have gotten mad at me for the same thing. So it's very possible that like I've almost even stepped on the tram on accident
Hmm.
and not noticed. So
Yeah, it's
I'm
taking them across
observant.
the river.
I'm observant when it comes to watching movies, but like the immediate world around me outside, maybe not so much.
Just
The
you
stuff
get
that
locked in.
matters, yeah, the stuff that matters, not so much.
Hmm.
The fun, frivolous entertainment stuff, yeah, I'm locked in. Um,
People doing bits on Hollywood Handbook. Absolutely.
yeah, yeah, 100%. Um, anyway, yeah, this movie ends with him kidnapping the kids. It's a great movie. I think it's very funny in all
Yeah.
its fucked up ways. I am very glad to have purchased it. I will be watching it for a third time, probably in not too long, maybe even Father's Day. This is a nice Father's Day
Yeah.
movie.
Like it's a fun Father's Day watch. I've been
Yeah,
yeah defaulting to like dad movies. So like I watched Master and Commander for
yeah.
Father's Day. You know a Clear and Present Danger, Patriot Games. That's kind of the vibe I've been going for. But maybe Daddy Longlegs could become a Father's Day staple.
So I also have divorced parents like these kids. And my dad was kind of the more fun parent, but by that I mean he was not Mormon anymore, which is a big part of why the divorce happened in the first place. He was much more responsible. The fun dad stuff he would do though is let me watch movies that never in a million years would I be allowed to watch at my mom's house,
Hmm.
and I was also allowed to swear. So my Father's Day movies are usually some of those like Animal House or the Blues Brothers or Stripes.
Those are fun.
Yeah, because
Guess
those are the movies he would always show me. But like these are the classics.
hmm.
Animal House. You're 7. This is you're old enough.
You're old enough to get some John Belushi in your life.
Yeah, yeah. So that's those are my usual Father's Day go tos.
Maybe Eraserhead could become an anti-Father's Day movie. Not have, a reminder why I don't have children. Just watch Eraserhead.
That one, that and the original Evil Dead are the only two movies I
Ooh.
remember him telling me I had to wait until I was 18. And
Oh
Evil
wow.
Dead was for obvious reasons once
Hmm.
you've seen it.
Yeah.
But Eraserhead was just more, you're probably just not going to get anything out of this until you're older, which
Yeah.
is very fair having seen that movie many times.
Hmm.
Uh, I just realized that this is going to drop within like a week or two of Father's Day, this episode.
So perfect.
So, yeah, like if not, like it'll be really close. That's funny. That's a cool accident. That's a happy accident. Yeah.
Very
Anyway,
nice.
yeah,
Daddy
good.
Longlegs. We both loved it, I think. Both, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think I even liked it more this time around, and
Uh-huh.
I mean, I really liked it the first time. So I definitely think everyone should check it out. If it sounds like your bag, it's entertaining at the very least. Um,
You just gotta watch it to see how cool Lenny looks at the very least.
yeah, yeah. Learn the hot dog trick.
Hot dog
Two
trick's
dogs,
good.
one bun. Yeah. Um, yeah. Anyway, what have you been watching besides this week?
I've had limited time, but the I've yeah, some of the shows I've been watching talked about recently. Just keep watching every week, like Friends and Neighbors, Imperfect Women, Hacks, Margot's Got Money Troubles. But I did start yesterday, kind of a little rewatch of the Larry Sanders Show. So it's been a while since I've
Hey
watched that.
now.
Hey now, and very fun. Just it's
Yeah.
I just like it like as a weird early '90s time capsule. Gary Shandling is just so funny. But yeah, the first episode's so funny because he's just like, because this is like the '90s, so it's like a pre-sellout era where now we're in like the opposite, where it's like selling out's the expectation, and like the one of the producers or network people like wants him to do like a live ad read like for his show like on air, and
Yeah.
he's just like, what am, come on, like I don't want to do that. And
That's
again,
embarrassing.
maybe a progenitor of podcasts and podcast ads, but he makes it fun. He does like a little joke. He's doing bits, and the what is it, the weed weasel, or I don't remember the name of the product.
Yeah, yeah. Something like that.
The
He's like, why don't we just have Hank do it? Hank loves selling out. And Hank's like, yeah,
yeah,
I'll do it. I love selling out. Hey now.
you know, he's too overexposed though, and
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
backlash from his Jolly Green Giant commercial.
Yeah.
But yeah, he
That
makes it his
show.
own, and the network doesn't like it, but the people like it because what the Mimi from the Drew Carey show was like, oh yeah, I love that ad. Like it makes me want to buy one. And so Gary Shandling, or I guess Larry Sanders, wins in the end. And R.I.P. Gary Shandling. He was a cool
And
guy.
Rip Torn, one of my
Eh,
favorite people to
Oh my
see.
gosh, he is so funny in that show. Oh my, like
He's
every
the reason that I drink salty dogs. Have you gotten to that episode yet where they have the party at Larry's house and he's like, you know what you need? A salty dog.
I
And
have
it's clear that he's had like 8 of them.
I have not gotten that far this time around, but no, he's just every line is just so good. He's just so funny. Like, oh my gosh, he's
Uh,
just one of the great comedic performances. Just Rip Torn, just every, just it's gold. Just really love that, and
it's
yeah,
the type of character that I would love to settle into as I age, is to just basically become that guy.
yeah.
Yeah, just a cranky old guy that loves salty dogs.
I
Yeah,
just like he's always kind of on like Larry's side though, like trying to make Larry comfortable, and yeah, he takes his side and like sticks up for him and stuff, and it's nice. They got a nice dynamic.
yeah. Everybody on that show is funny, but Artie is by far my favorite character. The
Just the
guy's just
best.
cool. Yeah.
Love him. So yeah, I'll be diving into that more. I just restarted, so got a lot to go through. But how about you, Greg? You find a new insane series of things to watch?
So I have also had limited time. I've started watching Miami Vice while
Oh
I'm
yeah.
working, the TV show. And if you told me that this was the biggest and best show on TV in like 1984, I'd believe you.
Hmm.
It's it's really fun. It's a great show.
Nice.
It's darker than I thought it would be.
Hmm.
I have been afraid of Phil Collins since I was a small child because my dad was a young dad. And once he got divorced from my mom, he realized there was no one stopping him from having MTV on all day. So we watched a lot of that.
Nice.
And one day, when I was like 3 or 4, they played the Genesis Land of Confusion music video with the weird smushed, deformed heads,
Hmm.
immediately followed by the In the Air Tonight video, which is just a close up of Phil Collins's face. And so from then on, like, I've kind of been afraid of Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Um, but even though I am apparently aging into him, because another friend of ours and I have like watched Phil Collins videos at night, and there was one where he was wearing the exact same Hawaiian shirt as me, and
Oh
he's
wow.
balding in the exact same way, and our hairs were like the same length, and I was clean shaven at the time. It was like watching me, but also watching what I am most afraid of take over my body for a music video. It
You're
was very
becoming
surreal.
your
We,
greatest fear, Phil Collins.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, Miami Vice has made me think Phil Collins songs actually are cool for the first time, just because they they really use, especially in that first episode, In the Air Tonight, they
Mm-hmm.
use it in a really cool way. The vibes are just off the charts. It's
Yeah.
also, I've already seen super young Bruce Willis,
Nice.
and super young Michael Madsen, and
Ooh.
Burt Young, and Ed O'Neill from Modern Family, and Married with Children as an undercover cop where it's unclear if he's gone in too deep.
Nice.
Yeah, it kicks ass. Miami Vice rules. I also went to go see Over Your Dead Body over last weekend, and I was a
Mm.
little bit let down. It had stuff that really worked, especially once Timothy Olyphant shows up,
Mm.
and him and Juliette Lewis are just kind of terrifying.
Mm.
But I don't know. I just wished it was funnier, and I didn't really like the epilogue. It kind of just
That's
felt a little corny.
Yorma directed that one, yeah.
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he made MacGruber, and in my personal life, it's well documented that MacGruber is like an unbeatable comedy for me. I just think it's one
Mm-hmm.
of the funniest movies ever made, if not the funniest. So yeah, it was a little let down
Yeah.
just because it wasn't as rapid fire, and yeah, I don't know. Some of the jokes just felt in poor taste.
Mm.
S- So yeah, didn't I liked it? I didn't love it. We'll say that.
Okay. Good to
Yeah.
know. Good to know.
So that's what I've watched. What are we watching next week?
We're going deeper into the jungle of mumblecore, and we're doing a movie I like quite a bit by Lynn Shelton called Hump Day, and this I think it's kind of a little bit meta, like in search. We've talked about like mumblecore trying to like be in search of authenticity and like avant-garde or like subversive or transgressive in these ways, and Hump Day is kind of about like how far can two friends take that idea? And will it ruin
Yes.
their friendship?
And we should be having a guest for that episode that is a good friend of mine that
Nice.
I've known since my New York days. And yeah, I think she'll be great on the episode. I'm hoping it works out. So you should be able to hear that next week.
Yeah, just excited to get a Lynn Shelton in here because she's just such a great filmmaker. Gone from us too soon.
Yeah, yeah, I think we're doing a couple of hers. So
Yeah,
that'll be fun. Um,
yeah.
well,
Greg. Oh,
I
sorry.
think we're about headed the same direction.
Yeah.
Uh, if there's nothing else, I would like to thank Nicholas Don Smith for our beautiful artwork, Lumbermouth for our editing and opening music. I would like to thank you, Steve, and myself for giving ourselves this opportunity.
Hmm.
And of course, last but definitely not least, everyone who's still listening to this, thank you so much for continuing to support our little thing here that we enjoy doing very much.
Yeah, thank you
We
so much.
we hope you're continuing to get something out of this. Even if it's just like helping you fall asleep, that's fine. The metrics don't tell me that that's what you're using it for. It doesn't bother me. Um, yeah,
Do what you will with it, and
yeah, it's yours now.
yeah, yeah.
Do what you want. Uh,
Like, subscribe, rate 5 stars, do all the things to help
yeah,
boost us up if you like us.
post a review again talking about how physically strong we both are. That would be nice
Yeah,
to have that out in public
I'm
on
gonna
the
be
record.
I'm gonna be digging some holes here soon, so
Yeah,
I just really need that
yeah.
reassurance. But
Yeah, give him the juice.
I need that juice to dig all these holes. But yeah, so do all that stuff and take care of yourself, sickos.